Happy Wednesday and welcome to the weekly Facebook yoga show with Irena. That's me. Glad to have you here. So this Wednesday, we're going to be talking about dancer pose and the 2 tips that are going to help it be more playful, more fun, definitely feel more graceful, and most importantly, you're going to be calming the nervous system, which in essence will boost your immune system and your energy. So you don't have that anxious, I drank too many cups of coffee kind of energetic buzz, but more of a nice, open, clear mind and energy that will keep you going throughout the day, not have a crash. Here it goes. So dancer pose. This can be done in a couple different ways. I'm going to show you the baby dancer variation where it's a little bit different than the full variation. And in this particular one, the first tip that I want to give to you is do make sure you're nice and warmed up. You've done some sun salutes, maybe you've done a few standing poses, and then most importantly, you want to make sure you've taken some time to stretch and open up your thighs. For this, today what we can do is a low lunge. So you could just join me at the top of your space, sweep the arms up. Now remember, warm up first with sun salutes and a couple of standing poses. And then from the forward bend, you step your right leg back to a low lunge. The knee comes down to the floor, the hands come up onto the front thigh. And you can play here, hugging the thighs towards each other and sweeping the arms up alongside the ears. So front body, you want it to be nice and open, especially those quadriceps, those thighs, because in the dancer pose, that's what you're doing. You're celebrating that opening of the heart. And you can hold each pose for about a minute or at least 45 seconds. 30 seconds is kind of that gold standard. Inhale, you sweep the arms up. You're squaring your hips. Now, right now, I have my back toes curled under for a little bit more muscle tone and balance. But as soon as you feel steady, experiment with pointing that foot behind you. Just make sure from the center of the ankle to the second toe, your foot points directly back. It's not turning in or out. And then on the exhale, slowly release. We're going to do another round. You step forward, step right leg back, low lunge. Knee comes down to the floor and hands up to the thigh. Now another aspect, I've got a little feather floating. I love it when I find feathers. It's a sign the angels are nearby. The second tip I want to give to you, open shoulders, okay? Because part of the dancer pose is reaching the arms behind us. So in the low lunge, I'm going to have you interlace your fingers behind your back. You lengthen from hips to underarms. You draw the shoulder blades towards each other and you reach the arms back from the shoulders to the knuckles. Big heart opening. And then on the exhale, fingers to the floor, lift the back knee and step forward. Step left leg back, low lunge, and toes can be curled under or pointed either way. Interlace fingers, lengthen from hips to underarms, draw the shoulder blades towards each other, and reach the arms straight as you curl the chest to the sky. So these slight little details in alignment will change subtle experiences. Toes curled under, more balance, left thigh stretch. Toes pointed, more thigh stretch. Balance is a little more interesting. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lift the back knee, step forward. Deep breath here. One final variation on the low lunge. Step right leg back, knee to the floor, hands to the thigh. You want to make sure you're engaging the upper back for dancer pose. So this is going to help with that, and open shoulders. Interlace the fingers beneath the base of the skull. Draw the elbows towards one another, so they're about shoulder distance wide, those elbows, a little wider. Then draw the underarms back. So notice how I hollow my underarms. I draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Then I'm going to press my head into my hands, and I'm going to use my hands to lengthen ever so gently from the base of the skull to the crown of the head, so the back of the neck feels free. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Lift that back knee, step forward. Step left leg back, low lunge. Inhale, we'll go right into the pose. You sweep the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Got that belt there. Elbows draw towards each other, underarms draw back, and curl the head into the hands. As you lengthen, use the hands as a gentle reminder to lengthen from base of skull to crown. And you don't have to go this deep. I tend to go a little deeper here. I tend to be a little double jointed in my upper back. Exhale, fingers to the floor. Lift the back knee and step forward. Now from the forward bend, hands to the hips, shoulder blades on the back, lift sides of the neck to come up. So the first tip, open thighs. We spent a lot of time doing that. Second tip, get those shoulders open. Now a third bonus tip is going to be open up the backs of the thighs, hamstrings. Take your right foot and step it back about 2.5 or 3 feet for pyramid pose. You're going to square your hips to the front of your space. The mound of that right big toe presses down. You lift through the chest, the shoulders drop back, and then on the exhale, come to the halfway point. So you just give your back a little chance to recover after those back bends. You tone the tummy to support you, and you keep drawing shoulder blades towards each other. So we're firing the upper back muscles. Then as you're ready, hinging at the hips, fingers come down to the floor. You press the fingers down so the back of the waist lifts. You push the floor away so thigh bones root back. And you fold. Deep breath, big hamstring stretch. And again, hold for, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, even better, a minute. But 30 seconds is the minimum. Because we have to get to that 30-second mark. You have to bring hands to hips, draw shoulder blades towards each other, push through the ball of the front foot to come up, and step forward. We have to get to that 30-second mark so that the body is willing to make the shift. Part of the Golgi tendon reflex. Left foot steps back 2.5 to 3 feet. Square those hips to the front of your space, squeeze those thighs towards each other, and then lift through the chest, the shoulders draw back. And then on the exhale, come to the halfway point. This is a great tummy toner. It'll improve your posture. One more breath. And then on the exhale, fold, hands to floor. Now, again, if floor isn't there, you can have your hands on block, chair, or you can bend the front knee a little. We are looking to open up the whole back of the leg, though. It's a big piece to the dancer pose. So just one more breath here. You can set your timer at home and hold the poses a little longer. On the inhale, bring hands to the hips, draw shoulder blades towards each other, lift sides of the neck to come up, and step forward. Okay, so now we're ready for dancer pose. Now in dancer pose, I'm going to have you bend your knees an inch, I should say for mountain pose. Bring the weight onto the left leg, and you're going to bend your right leg, right hand reaching for the foot. Press the foot into the hand, and I'm holding onto the outer edge of my foot for this version. Once you find your steadiness here, your eyes are focused on something that's not moving, and don't turn your head like me. You're going to reach your left arm out parallel to the floor. As you press the foot into the hand, keep the left knee bent and hinge at the hips. Maybe you only come a little bit forward, and that's perfectly wonderful. Maybe you find that left hamstring is willing to let you come deeper into the expression. Your hips square, your thighs squeezing towards each other. It's nice to take a chin mudra here with the left hand, bringing thumb and index finger together. The chest is forward, the foot is back. This is baby dancer. And then slowly come up. Nice. It's a lot to take in. I threw a lot at you. Bend the knees here in mountain. Weight on the right leg. Left leg bends and hand to foot. As you press the foot into the hand, on the next breath, right arm parallel to the floor in front of you. Exhaling, right knee soft, a little bent as you hinge at the hips. You press that left foot into the hand, and then maybe over time you stretch the right leg straight. Little baby dancer pose. And then on the inhale, come all the way up. All right, and those are the tips for a happier dancer pose experience. Remember, you've got open up the front of your thighs, the quadriceps, open up the shoulders, and then the bonus tip, open up the backs of your legs, hamstrings. We go into a lot more playfulness and fun in the Yoga with Irena group. So if you wanted to explore yoga in a playful, deeper fashion, come join me while I'm still accepting new members. I'll put the link in the comments below. It will be wonderful to have you over there. And if these are tips that you know other people would benefit from, please, I would love for you to share this video with them so that they too can boost their energy, they can feel light in their body, and most importantly, they can see the beauty in the world around them. Because something happens when you practice yoga. If you look at your eyes before you practice and you look at them again afterwards, you'll notice a little twinkle. You'll notice a shift. So thank you for joining me today. Have an amazing, amazing week, and I'll catch you next Wednesday here at noon. Lots of love. Bye.